Hello everybody and welcome to the East Hook Crochet Podcast, episode 8, which I can't believe we're on episode 8. That's pretty exciting. And we just hit 200 subscribers, we just passed it. I don't know what that really is in YouTube standard because I don't really invest too much of my thinking into it, which is a good thing. I think at least it works for me. But I'm pretty happy about that. So I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed and who has chosen to stick around for more episodes. It's really flattering. I didn't think, when I first started it, I had no idea what way it was going to go. And even now I still don't really know what way it's going because like I said, I don't really know much about YouTube culture and what's typical of what type of popularity, but yeah, so it's exciting. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tori. I'm the one person-ish show behind East Hook Crochet. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry at East Hook Crochet, and that's about it. I'm not too much on social media. I have a Facebook, but I wouldn't even bother. I don't use it. You can, I'm most active on Instagram, and then Ravelry would be a second, because, that's usually, I'm not super active on there, but I do post my projects, and if I'm ever talking about a project on here, and there are details that you don't get, or, you want to know, it's definitely my Ravelry. I get descriptive with what needles and what hook I'm using and stuff like that. And maybe I should do that here too, now that I'm thinking about it, but so maybe I'll try to remember as we're going through the episode today. So there's a lot of good stuff, and by good stuff I mean acquisitions. I was really good all year, I promise, and as you know, I had no acquisitions to share. If anything, I think it's been a part that I've been leaving out of the podcast for a good few episodes, but I have some this time around because I was away in Tennessee, which was last episode, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you didn't watch it, go check it out. You can kind of see the mountains and stuff like that. I'm talking a lot about that trip. But I stopped at a local yarn shop, and so I stopped at, was it Smoky Mountain Spinnery after I had recorded, because I recorded on the Tuesday, which was almost halfway through the trip. I still had, however many more days. We were there for a week. And I think we popped by there on Saturday because it was just raining all day. So I decided to go around and do some, local shopping, because there's a really cool handmade scene down there in Gatlinburg. It's really neat. They have a whole 8-mile strip of just, or I guess a route of just handmade businesses and stuff like that. So one thing that I got that wasn't yarn related, and I'll show you really quickly right now, is this. It's technically a berry bowl. It's from Alewine pottery, Alewine, I don't know. But it's a really cool story. It's one man who founded the business. Now his whole family works it. This is technically a berry bowl, but everything's handmade and hand done, and they'll do it in the shop as you're shopping, and it's really cool. It's technically a berry bowl, but I got it because it has holes in it, and I was looking for something to plant some cuttings that I just took in, so I think they're gonna go in here and they're gonna look really cute. So that's my one not yarn acquisition. And then I got a mug for my mom for Mother's Day, which she really liked, which is cool. And I like to go, when I go wherever I travel, I try to, kind of see what's local and support that. Because, if you're not supporting those businesses in those, I guess, more touristy area, I don't know, you know what I mean? If you're not supporting those businesses, they won't continue. And I know that they're important to the people there, so that's why I try to do that. I try to do that, at home too, to support your local businesses, which is also why I have more acquisitions. So from Rocky, where am I? I'm in Tennessee, not the Rockies. Oh my gosh, Smoky Mountain Spinnery. I don't know why I kept thinking that. From Smoky Mountain Spinnery, I got, first thing I guess I'll show you is this. Super nice. This is Manos del Uruguay, and it's Fino, the Fino yarn, and I've been eyeballing this yarn for the longest time. Like any shop I would go into, I would see this and I'd be like, oh, one day. And I just never really had like a reason to get it. But Alan wants a hat at some point that matches this sweater that he has. And I've had a really hard time finding yarn to match it because it is like a variegated type of color. But this is the closest that I found, and I saw it and I was with him and I said, hey, would you want a hat in this? And he said yes. So here's the color. And it looks, I didn't realize that it had a lot of blue in it until I like unwound it and looked at it. This is me reskinning, by the way. Don't come after Manos for that, but that's all me. That ugly whatever. So, but I think it goes pretty well with the sweater. The only thing about his sweater is it doesn't have some brown in it, but just those pinks and that, well, that mauve and then that purple and the blues go pretty well. Well, I'm trying to remember the sweater in my mind. Maybe it does have a little bit of brown in it. What is it? Oh no, it's gray with the, I don't know, but it'll go really well. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like hold it double when I work it and then make a hat with it, so it'll be a little bit thicker, because this is a what is this? Hold on. There's so much information in here. And it's such a great business too, because it's like a not-for-profit that helps, you know, women, like, you know, social and economic opportunities, like to the rural women in that community in Uruguay. So it even tells you like where it was made and who it was by. The artisan is Alma for this, which is cool. And it's so nice. I'm just trying to figure out what size is. I don't know. It's 490 yards. I think it's a fingering weight. I might just be crazy. I don't see it on here. I'm nuts. But it's 30% silk and 70% merino wool. Like Alan's so lucky. He's getting a hat that's like 30% silk. It's gonna be luxurious. It feels so good. It's just, oh, I can't wait to knit this, but I think I'm gonna make it for his birthday in October. And he totally knows this is coming his way. So I have a few months. So this is just kind of sitting beautifully, but it's sitting. And then at Smoky Mountain Spinnery, I got this really, so just before we had gone, I had bought the, no, she hadn't released it yet, just kidding. But I'm there and the shop it's a really big space too. It was amazing. I was like, oh, it's like, I was kind of thinking, I'm like, oh, I wish this could be my local yarn shop because it had a lot. The woman was so sweet. I forget her name too, but she was just really sweet. And I'm just so socially awkward, so I'm just like, I have a hard time like socializing and making small talk. I think when she asked me like, do you need help with anything? I just kind of blubbered out. I was like, and then Alan was like, what was that? I don't know. I guess it's something like, I'm from New York, and I just blah, blah, blah. So, but she was really sweet and patient with that, so I give her a lot of credit. Yeah, it's really like peaceful space. She has like running water and in the like little fountain and stuff. It was really pretty. But anyway, so I'm there and I'm like, what do I get? And I remember that Haley Bailey was coming out at that point with the turn tunic. So I thought, let me grab some yarn. And I did, and what I ended up picking, and it was funny because the owner actually just casted on a like summer sweater in this yarn too, is, it's in the label as well. I already caked it. I actually already started, so we'll get to that. But it's from Knit One Crochet 2. I'll show you like the label. It's 2, like TOO. And it's the Daisy yarn. it's a sport weight, and it's really interesting because it is 38% linen, 32% silk, and then 30% hemp. So it's very interesting. It's like, it's cool to the touch. It's just really lovely. And I knew it would make a perfect like top or like summer thing. And so it's cool to the touch. Also, it just kind of like falls out of the cake because it just kind of, in caking it was difficult. It was not caking like normal. Where is this coming from? It's just falling out of the cake. The one skein that I have that I'm working with right now, this is the one that came out the nicest, if you can believe. Just because of the nature of like the fiber. And it is soft. It's not the softest, but the silk like helps, because otherwise I feel like it would be very scratchy. So it's just very, it's a very interesting texture, and I really like it. And it's super cool. Like, it's cold when you touch it. Which is really interesting. So I was really attracted to it once I saw it. And so I grabbed 4 skeins of it to make this turn tunic. And I was so excited that I started. So yeah, so that's it. So let me, I didn't even show you the yarn. I'm so rude. So that's the yarn. You can see that. It's like, I think the color is silver. Yeah, silver. It's 100 grams, 272 yards, sport weight. It doesn't say sport weight on the label, but I looked it up online. Maybe I could do the same with the Pheno. Is that a thing? Do people not tell you what the weight is? I kept forgetting what the word was. Weight. Thank you. So that's that. Just so exciting. I never worked with hemp before, or linen, actually. Yeah, no, never. Maybe. I should work with cotton if I'm doing like a lighter thing, but it's really nice. I really like it. It's gonna be a nice, here, I'll give you a little spoiler. So I did my swatch for the hook that I settled on for the turn tunic, and there's the, just the texture of it. I hope you can see that. It's like, and it goes really nice in this. I had another swatch. The other one kind of is a little bit, I think this has good drape though. I think it'll be all right. I imagine it, my worry is it might be a little bit stiffer than I would have imagined because of the hemp. But I think it should be okay. The stitch definition was better with the smaller hook. And look, now I'm getting into whips. The stitch definition, thank you, was better with the smaller hook, so I went with smaller hook. Very exciting. Love that yarn. And then I also grabbed some wool wash. It's Rapture. I don't have any wool wash, if you can believe. Now I do. It's jasmine scented. I'm just gonna smell it because it smells so good. I love the smell of jasmine. So it's cool. To wash your wools, no rinse. So I got that at Smoky Mountain Spinnery, and then after that, a few weeks later, a lot has happened since our last episode. Since then, I went to Halleckville, and that was last weekend, the 18th and 19th, I believe. Yeah, so last weekend. Gosh, the weeks are just flying. And I saw all my Long Island favorites, and I met a couple more, which was cool. So yeah, so I went to Halleckville. It's the Fleece and Fiber Festival for Long Island, and it was really nice. It was cool. I brought Alan. He enjoyed himself looking at the animals and stuff like that. It was interesting. Like, they did a little demonstration with like the border collies and how they heard the sheep, and the sheep were like so scared, and I felt so bad for them. Everybody's like, look at that dog go, and I was just really concerned about the sheep because I don't know, I didn't like it. But anyway, I saw Shanna of Lamb Strings, and it's always so great to see her because she's just super cool and just a really nice person. And her tent was super hopping. Everybody was picking out fades for just everything, the Sultana, the Shifty, all the things that I'm not quite confident enough in myself to make yet. So I got to her tent, I said hi, and she really just I don't know, she's awesome. She makes everybody feel like they're her friend, and she's very good at what she does. And she does beautiful yarn. So I get there and I'm like, well, I don't really need any yarn because who needs yarn? But I had no projects in mind because I just bought, this for the turn and then the other one for the hat. And so I was looking and I got something to go with. I had been gifted this skein of her Dreamscape, but it's one of a kind. And so I got something to kind of go with it. And this is actually, you were watching me live holding them together for the first time and taking a look. And I'm glad that I went with this one because the usual Dreamscape has more of this cotton candy color that hopefully you're picking up. Has more of that. But this, is one of a kind because it came out more blue. And I'm glad that I went with this one. So this is her Sadie Singles. It's 100% superwash merino, and it's the colorway Haberdashery. And it's so pretty. Hopefully you can see that. It's gorgeous. It's just cream and white and these blue speckles. It's very speckly. And these orangey speckles and occasional green and a little bit of mauve, and it's just really pretty. So I thought it would be a good accent color, but I didn't have my one of a kind skein with me to compare it. So I think I like them together. This is much more like aqua green blue, and the blues in here are more sky blue, I guess. But I think they still go very well because there is like sky blue in here. It's just less. So I think they go well. I hope they go well. What do you think? Do you think they go okay? I think they go okay. It'll be a good accent color. And with speckles, like it won't, everything knits up so different than it looks in the skein. I personally like the way that the skein looks probably better than knit up. Maybe. Actually, no, that's debatable. I always thought that, and then I did my flat iron shawl and I thought very differently. Or maybe not. I don't know. What are your thoughts? So this was my acquisition from Lamb Strings. Thank you, Shanna, for being the best. Dyeing such great yarn. And then I met somebody new. I know you're all probably like, thank God. Because like all you do is buy Shanna's yarn. I get so much of Shanna's yarn that there was this woman in the tent who was looking for like to knit socks, and she picked the Sexy Librarian colorway, which I was like, ooh, which is super bold. I loved her. She was great. And so I was like, I know her product so well that I was like helping to explain the difference between like her sock yarn and the Sadie Singles, and then and like how it picks up the color differently, and it was just really funny. Because she was helping somebody pick out. When I was there, I think like 3 people came to pick like fade kits, which was awesome. Or like sweaters quantity. So she was helping people, pick fades, and then that is very involved. But anyway, that just is a testimonial to how much of Shanna's yarn I own. But I got some new yarn from a new dyer that I met. And her name is Tina. She's like the sweetest freaking woman ever. She's so sweet. She's super friendly. She's from actually pretty close to me, maybe like 15. She was like 15 minutes, 15 minutes away from me. And she has the prettiest yarn. Oh my god. I saw this yarn and I just kind of like knew it was gonna come home with me, but I was like kind of being coy about it. We were being a little shy with each other for a bit. I was looking at, you know, some other skeins, and she had a lot of variety. But it was Destiny. Tina has a lot of variety of the different bases that she has. Like, she has very unique bases to me. And I really enjoy it. And so I was just really trying to take in all of her yarn. And yeah, and she was just very kind. So I ended up, as Destiny had it, I got this skein. It is her Toasty Yak Toes. Yeah, so her shop is called Tina's Toasty Toes, which is super cute. And it's Toasty Yak Toes, which, oh my god, is 65% merino, 25% silk, and 15% yak. I never bought yak. I don't even think I've touched yak. No, I'm sure I've touched yak yarn. I don't know, but oh my god, I don't want to hold it up on my face. I'm not worthy. So pretty. I was between this and this green that she had. But this is Aztec Gold. It is just beautiful. You'd probably like Tori Stop Being Stingy and show us. So here it is in all of its glory. Oh my god. So beautiful. Hope you saw that. It's got like, it's just gold, but it has like so much nuance in it. I have no idea what I'm gonna make with it. It's 523 yards. I think it's fingering weight. That's actually a lot. That's a lot of yardage. So if you have any suggestions, that'd be great. Because I just grabbed it because I was like, oh my god, yes, please. Maybe I'll get another colorway of this. I don't know. And then I'll make something. Because I don't want to mix it with anything, like any other yarn that is not this yarn, because oh my god, it's amazing. Like, I don't know. It's so soft and just like, oh, shiny and bouncy and luxury. And I don't know if any of the yarn that I have in my stash is worthy. So, except for Shanna's things, but I don't think I have anything that like is in a colorway that I would do this with. I don't know. Anyway, Tina, you do great yarn. You're a really nice person. I was really happy to meet her. She followed me back on Instagram and everything. So yes, she's my new friend, I guess. She makes you feel like your friend, and that's a wonderful thing. And she gives people, oh my goodness, most important detail, no, just kidding. She gives you a bag when you buy this nice linen bag. I was like, oh my goodness. I was super impressed. So I also got at Halleckville I saw Tony from Knitting Cove Yarn Shop, and she was there. I think she had like less, this is shame on me because she's like really popular on Instagram, I know that, but less traveled yarn, I think, traveling yarn, or she's traveling yarn on Instagram, but it's less travel yarn. Anyway, she had all that with her, and I had already bought all this yarn, so I said, okay. So I did pick up some notions. So she still had stitch markers. Oh my god, if I can get this to show, I'll be really impressed with myself. But she had some stitch markers from the yarn crawl last month that I was at, and I don't know why I didn't see them because I'm oblivious or something, but I didn't see the stitch markers. So I grabbed a couple because I like them. They're cute. And then I grabbed some more stitch. She had a lot of notions with her, and so I grabbed more stitch markers, which are these. They're Knitter's Pride, and the little hearts. I saw Christy Glass had them, and I got excited and I wanted some, so I got hearts, even though I don't really think these are very me. But the other ones were like circles and triangles, and I just wasn't like into it, so I got hearts. They're cute. I think, well, they're metal, so there's like a magnetic, it's from Knitter's Pride, and they have a necklace, like a magnetic necklace that you can like get the markers on so you don't lose your markers, but I think I'll be alright. I don't think I'll lose them. Also, I don't know if I'd wear the necklace. No offense to the Knitter's Pride or the necklace, it just wasn't my thing. I know I'm wearing a necklace today, but I think I don't wear necklaces often. Maybe in the summer. I'll try. But luckily, that is it for my acquisitions before I go absolutely broke. So now we can talk about whips. And I really only have one active one that I guess I'll show you. I mean, I still have my Raina. Raina's right here. I was poke myself in the eye with Raina. There is a leaf stuck in my Raina from a little photo sesh. Super professional. Yeah, I put a couple of rows in my Raina. It's worthy. It's worthy. I'm actually halfway through a row. Maybe I'll finish that up at some point. I really just need to like get over it and just finish, like stop with all this, like I must, because you notice I get sucked into a project and I'm like, oh my god, I need to finish this, and I have my forever things just like off to the side, and I never finish them, and it's like, Tor, like you're so close, like just finish the freaking shawl. But yeah, Raina, Nora Backlund, I'm Strange Yarn. It's in literally all my other episodes. I won't dilly-dally too long, unless you want me to. I also have my Java wrap by Two of Wands, but that's over in the stash. And, you know, I don't know. Do you guys want to see my whips that have been sitting for a while? Like, do you still want to see them? Like, are there new people that want to see them? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know if you want to just keep seeing the same things. And my other whip, my current one, I went nuts on my latest FO. So I wasn't really working on anything else. And then I was really tired this week, so I didn't crochet a lot or do anything. But I have it in my STK handmade bag from lovely Sarah, because these bags are the best. And it is my turn tunic dress designed by Haley Bailey. And I really like the design because it is very focused on gauge. Especially, sorry, something's distracting me out the window. The design is very focused on gauge, which is, so it really gives people the tools to kind of, you know, make it very specifically to their sizing and how they want to. And she lets people know that that's how she writes her patterns. And I enjoy that, at least. I mean, it is technically, is it extra work? It's really not, because I usually swatch, especially for a garment, like I swatch anyway, but then I will follow the directions very closely, you know, and I don't really modify. And I find that the garments that I make, I don't really wear because the size, like, I should have adjusted. I have really petite shoulders, like apparently freakishly petite. I never really thought that, but like I made a cardigan last summer and I love it so much, but like my shoulders are so narrow that it falls off of me, and I don't really know how to go about fixing that without redoing it, so it's just kind of sitting, and then I don't wear it. So Haley, I applaud you, because, you know, she kind of takes that avenue of, like, I mean, it is more math and thinking, I guess, but not really, because then she gives, no, actually not at all, because then she gives you the measurements to meet for your thing. Sorry, technical difficulties. I can, like I said before, I feel like I can never get through an episode without technical difficulties. So here we are. So what I was saying about the turn tunic is it's very customizable, which is great, and you can totally do the math. It's fine. I'm not a math whiz either, and you can figure it out. So here's mine so far. You can tell I'm almost done. So here it is, and that the texture is amazing, and it's nice. I think it'll be really nice in the hemp linen silk blend with the, I have a hair on these, sorry, with the Knit One Crochet 2 yarn. I have a little, I'm following along for the size small because it met what I wanted and met my gauge, so I did that. I'm wondering if it will be a little bit too wide. I hope not. Well, actually, maybe not. It's gotta go around my body, right? I don't know. How wide around does it go? Actually, I gotta think. Sorry, I'm just like measuring myself while I'm recording. I hope it's not too wide. Like, I'm tempted to take it down like 2 stitches, but then it's like, I have that worry. Like, Tori, if you do that, is it gonna mess things up? I don't know. No idea. I'll probably have to take better measurements of myself. I feel like I just don't have a very good understanding of my measurements, and I should, and you should too. So don't be like me. Maybe I'll do that right after I'm done. I'm gonna take some better measurements and make sure that this is on track before I get any further. But it's a really nice pattern. If you haven't seen it, it's really pretty. The second I saw her post it, Haley, I was like, oh my god. I said, well, that's gonna be my next thing. Because I never make tops like summer wear. And then I don't wear when I'm obviously not wearing anything handmade in the summer. But yeah, maybe it's time to change that. So that is my turn tunic. I still have my swatches. I decided I'm going with the 4mm hook after gauging a couple of times. And that's just because the stitch definition to me is a lot better. This is with the 4.5mm hook. It's like this. And then this is with the 4. Hopefully, actually, maybe you can. So, I mean, yeah, I guess technically you save yourself like a couple of, like what, 2 stitches? You know, like it, and this one is a little bit drapier, but this is, it's hardly any drapier, and this one has that stitch definition is just really good, which is a big selling point of the pattern and what you're making is the stitch definition. And I think it'll cover more too, if that makes any sense. In terms of like, I don't know, needing like an undershirt underneath it or whatever you need. So I'm really excited. This yarn is going to be so good for summer because it's really just light and cool. So that is my turn tunic. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go check it out if you're looking for a summer top or a dress, because you can make it as long as you want. The motif just continues down. I think some people have made like, I don't know if anybody's made like a dress out of it yet, but that would be really pretty if they just made like a gown out of it. I wonder how that would go. You would need to use yarn like this to do it because the weight of it would be a lot. I experienced that when I was trying to make a dress last year. The weight becomes a lot, but I think you would need something really light, like a linen hemp blend. I didn't realize it was a thing. Actually, no, I probably could have guessed that was a thing. So far I am enjoying it a lot, and I'll probably just keep making it and not do any of my other whips, which is very typical of me. So that is it for whips. So now we can talk about my one and only FO, and here it is. Ta-da! I gotta sing because it's so good. Am I showing you? Wow, I'm showing you the wrong side. Ta-da! Here it is. It's my Odyssey shawl by Joji Locatelli. And it's bomb. It's so good. It's like, look at those motifs. Hopefully you can see that. Oh, beautiful. I might have messed up the motif in the color A. I might have messed it up. It's okay. Do I show you? Yeah, I guess I'll show you. Why not? I trust you guys. Everybody makes mistakes. It's what makes things handmade. I think I missed a stitch on one of them, and then what happens is like this space here that's supposed to where is it? Like this space. Just got all like jacked, and then the yarn is super dark, so I was just like, whoops. And I was already like halfway through color B, and I was like, oh well. So that's what it looks like. It's beautiful. I like the picot edging. Although mine came out a lot more like cutesy bubbly than I think other people's. Probably because I only give it like a quick steam block, and these are kind of suffering for it, these hills on it, and it could probably benefit from a good proper wet block, but I don't like to wet block. I really don't. Every time I do it, it doesn't do anything, and it's annoying, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know. I don't particularly enjoy it, and then it to me doesn't last, and you need to redo it, and it's just no. I just hit it with some steam. The yarn like ballooned when with the steam. It was amazing. It was like right before your eyes. It was beautiful. And yeah, so there it is. I wore it to Hallettville because the weather was perfect for it. There was a breeze, it was sunny, and I felt super on trend because a few of the yarn dyers and sellers had them knit up for their samples, and I was just there like, oh, hello. Hold on, I'm all tangled in it. I was just like, oh, you mean this shawl? Yes, I've heard of it. But it was cool to kind of be like on trend, which doesn't usually ever happen for me, but it did. And that was fun. And people really liked it. Some people thought it was a worsted weight, which is interesting. So, which I guess would be a good segue to talk about the yarn. It is Alta yarn. It's Truth. So Alta Truth yarn in the colorways 3000, 30, 10, and 2020, I believe. I forget which one is which. If you go back to episode one, if you go back to episode 1, or even just all the episodes, I think, I kind of will describe like what each color is, if you're curious. Or you just go to our website, which would probably be easier. And I'll link everything down below, as I always do. So, and it's just, but like the yarn, I recommend you just go to our website and go buy all of it, because oh my god, like I liked it in the skein. It was nice in the skein. I was like, oh, these are nice colors, so I just picked them out. But they're a little bit more unassuming compared to other yarns, I guess, like in a local yarn shop, you know, because you have your hand dyed and the speckles and the blah 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 blah. So this kind of can get a little lost in the noise, at least I thought. But oh, it's so special. Just, and it knit up, it's so much, it's just even better in the skein. It's softer. You don't realize how much, and you can see I keep squishing it because it has so much bounce. Oh my god. I believe it's 80% merino, 20% baby alpaca, and that baby alpaca, oh baby, get it? Haha. Here's that hair. I'll show you. The hairs are so fun. I don't know. I thought I gave it a really like, it has a bit more of like a rustic look to it knit up, but the squish is amazing, and it's so fluffy that people thought it was a worsted weight, but it's not. It's a DK. And I also like the twist on it. The twist is, I don't know what you call it, a high twist, a strong twist. So here you can see it best in the cream, hopefully. I'm like strangling myself trying to show you the things I do for y'all. Yeah, and the twist is really nice. I think it gives it it knit up. It has a really more of a rustic, unique look to it. So I think it goes really well with this pattern, which I really like. So that is my one and only FO for now. I believe that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and people who've been returning to watch. It's been a really rewarding experience to get to know some new people and to kind of highlight, in a different way, highlight some of the people that I know and some of the makers that I know about, and the work that they're doing, and I get to kind of show that to other people, which is exciting because, you know, when you're building a community, it's fun to be part of that. So I appreciate you for being a part of it by watching me, and I hope that you check out all the stuff below in the description for some new makers. If you like what you've been seeing, you can go ahead and like this video or subscribe so you can get notifications about future episodes. But until then, I will see you in the next few weeks, and I hope you get a lot of making done. So leave me a comment maybe down below. Tell me what you were working on, or if you were drinking something, your coffee, your tea, when you were watching. Or tell me a little bit about yourself. That would be great, because I would love to get to know you. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget that you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry at East Hook Crochet for some more information or some more photos, or just to get in touch with me better. So have a good day, everybody. Bye.